Warren Buffett's empire didn't start with complex algorithms or insider Wall Street connections. His billionaire mindset actually traces back to a single obscure library book he read as a child. The book is called 1,000 Ways to Make $1,000, edited by F.C. Minaker, and it was published in 1936, right in the middle of the Great Depression. Because the global economy had collapsed, the author knew people didn't have the luxury to sit around debating financial theory. They needed gritty, street-level tactics just to survive. The book forces the reader to focus on an exact target, $1,000. Aiming for $1 million right out of the gate is too overwhelming. Setting a target you can actually touch carries you through the inevitable early discouragements. Earning that first grand is the ultimate proof of concept. It is a psychological victory that demonstrates you can manifest capital out of thin air through your own effort. Money itself is useless. You can't eat it or wear it. It is simply a medium of exchange. To get it, you have to find what people need and put it directly in front of them. Minaker outlines a clear framework for doing this, built heavily on the art of the sale. One of the most effective tactics is taking a customer's primary objection, like price, and turning it into the exact reason they should buy. Back in the 1930s, this meant face-to-face, door-to-door grinding. It was the raw baseline for all future business ventures. You had to look a customer in the eye and close the deal. The text demands immediate action. Waiting for the right moment or a better economy guarantees failure. You have to start with whatever you have, wherever you are, right now. Before you can pick a specific niche or build a massive company, you have to master this fundamental act of selling value. Once you understand how to sell, you need a vehicle to deliver that value. Let's compare the survival hustles of 1936 directly with today's digital economy. The most immediate vehicle is the service business. In the Depression, this meant trading pure physical energy and time for cash, shoveling snow, washing windows, or beating rugs. Today, that heavy lifting has moved to our phones. The exact same model drives TaskRabbit, gig apps, and freelance virtual assisting. Next is the product vehicle. This involved taking cheap raw materials, like wood or simple ingredients, and handcrafting them into furniture, toys, or baked goods to sell at a markup. That analog manufacturing model is the exact blueprint for the modern creator economy. Instead of whittling wooden birdhouses, people are building Etsy empires and selling digital templates. The delivery mechanisms are entirely digitized now, but the mathematical equations, exchanging time or fabricating goods for profit, are identical to 1936. Then there is arbitrage. This is the practice of buying an asset at a low price in an undervalued market and selling it at a higher price somewhere else. Almost a century ago, this meant hunting through attics for antiques, trading farm goods, or buying up bankrupt store inventory and flipping it for a margin. In 2024, arbitrage is scanning clearance aisles at big box stores to flip on Amazon, or sourcing vintage clothing at thrift shops to sell on Depop. If you lack capital for inventory, you use the skill vehicle. This means taking a talent you already possess, like typing, bookkeeping, or drawing, and leasing it out to local businesses for immediate cash. A major hurdle here is actually asking to be paid what you're worth. As Henry Ford observed, every man feels much poorer than he really is. The final step is locking in predictable revenue. You stop hunting for one-off jobs and establish a daily route with repaid customers who pay you automatically. Making the leap from a tired hustler to an actual business owner requires turning those exhausting single transactions into automated, recurring systems. Minaker destroys the excuse that you don't have enough hours in the day. He advocates building a spare time fortune by focusing just 1 or 2 hours a day on your hustle. But once you hit that target, you face a massive trap. There is an overwhelming temptation to immediately blow that first $1,000 on a vacation or a new car to reward yourself. The rule that built Warren Buffett's empire dictates the exact opposite. You must relentlessly reinvest the principal instead of consuming it. The book compares a reckless speculator who loses everything chasing a quick payoff against a conservative investor who aggressively protects their capital. This chart shows compound interest. A boring $1,000 investment left alone for 50 years mathematically transforms into $20,000. This compounding math makes your first $1,000 a fragile seedling to protect, not a lottery ticket.
Street-level hustling generates the initial cash, but only relentless, disciplined reinvestment creates permanent, generational wealth. What specific skill or hustle are you going to use to make your first $1,000? Drop your idea in the comments below.